future.
Sierra Leone, push. You my killer, this is for you them. Hope for you say.
This ain't not a kush. No, not a kush. No, not a kush. Oh yeah, I can feel them. What are they on me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die on the street. Oh, me I can feel them. When they see me brother them on the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask them, tell me say na kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, them gonna get so all day they kush. Oh yeah, say not a kush. Me brother don't want before him them. Say not a kush. So they use the old age my youngest. Say not a kush. Youths them just they die. Say not a kush. Sorry Salone. We say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, push for die. We say that's a cushion. Papa government help we are. Say that's a cushion. Hey, push for die, push for die. Say that's a cushion. Hope for you to say, is it all?
Fambul, on a good evening, on a good afternoon, on a good morning. A belated Merry Christmas to una all. I hope say una celebrate well. I hope say una celebrate in peace. I hope say una celebrate in unity. I really, really, truly hope the Christmas met you well. Other than all the yagba, the obstacle, the further and grab where we all don't see inside this 2024. I hope say Christmas Day was very cool. I hope say you were surrounded with loved ones. I hope say the Christmas can be just like how you be want for make it be. Well, Fambul them, as soon as all know, today na the last Saturday of the month inside this December 2024, where God don't make we all don't see. And by God in power, today na the last episode inside 2024 of Salone We All Na Wan Fambul. But inside this Salone We All Na Wan Fambul today, we can take a break from the one fambul talk, straight talk, and we can go inside the one fambul talk inside talk. Make we see wetin don't happen. Some of the things that will happen inside this 2024 will make some of we Allah, woyo, or Lord have mercy. Well, today with me for talk this talk here, so I get no other person in that Mr. Boye Jallo Jamboria. I go make it tell Fambul I do.
Fambul them on a good evening, on a good afternoon, on a good morning for on our way day Asia. And I know say na Sunday on a deeper now. Afumami no piari, sekeno, topinoa. Bondesia, Biana, Kauyena. This year, not only they done so, and when they can't see them, we go recap some of the things that will happen. Let we see, let we learn from what didn't go wrong, and let us see what you go do going forward. Today, we go tell you now some of the things that we don't happen, how we see them. And maybe the fumble, we all now one fumble, we go small into the reason why all them now we for the say we are. Because I think say I know some of the reason. I'm not going to say I know all, but I know some. Over to you, Matilda.
Okay, today again, I also get with me no other person than Mr. Kargbo, we go join we na the talk today. Because as una can see, normally where I dey represent the green, white, and blue, or where I wear the green, white, and blue color, I wan really talk to we all wey comot mama Salone. I wan really talk to we all. I want for make we all sit down, make we all engage, make we all look inside and really think about we mama Salone, where we say we like not to so. So today I come as a daughter of the soil, and I go in no particular order, but maybe from wetin me feel say, I go from the maybe. Listen, if I say maybe, then it means say not pressing, because everything what they can talk now also, but not pressing issues. They are all important issues. So if I begin for go from number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, I don't think say I go do justice in that manner. So how about we leave it at unforgettable events that took place in Sierra Leone in 2024. But before we sit down inside the talk proper, we get this week KDU Creole Descendants Union Choir. We put together one beautiful Christmas telado song where I want me play for una me people them. Una no say una na me people them. We all are brother and sister, not to so. So make we listen.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Una come merry, all join and go sing. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let we sing Merry Christmas. Let we come Merry Christmas. Let we dance Merry Christmas. Let we shake Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
KDU Global, Creole Descendants Union Global, wey na an organization wey me sef dey part of, me dey part of the Southern Ontario Creole Descendants Union. I want to tell the choir boku boku thank you for this glady glady sing. If it sef no dey for it, wey you hear you people then they sing with glady glady. If na one cup water sef, you go take her, you drink am. Before we sit down inside this program proper, I want to take 1 minute. Mr. Jamboria, how you spend your Christmas? How Christmas been turn like for you? I know they hear you.
Hello?
Yes,
You hear
sir.
me now?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sorry. Celebrate the Nordic way. The Christmas where they celebrate na Nordic tradition.
Okay.
Now the 24th we they celebrate Christmas. On the evening of the 24th, the whole family, Pekin, Grand Pekin, all the way there around, then we come na house. We sit down, we get dinner together, we keep company. We reminisce about the year. All man talk what he don't do, how he do what he expect for doing the new year. That was how we spent it, and that's how they spend it in Norway. The 25th of itself, actually, Odabe don't take him Boku, he go sleep the whole day. Oda tired, don't eat Boku, he go sleep. Oda get forget on belle, he go deal with that day. Of course, the 26th again a public holiday. Nah, yeah. Then the 27th, yesterday and today, people they work. Monday again, then go work up to Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday is half day. Every business they close down by midday, so that
Oh,
people
wow.
that celebrate the New Year. And the New Year is more like fireworks, not any other thing. Yeah. And the fire gun salute, one gun salute for usher in the New Year.
That is interesting. Well, I want to go to Mr. Kargbo. Mr. Kargbo, how you celebrate the Christmas?
Well. That's a tough question. It's semi Muslim, so
It's okay.
yes, I know observe the similar way as we Muslims think you observe na Salone, because Salone we know say almost everybody na Christmas. So I just get a quiet time with the family, and we eat belfou and then play Christmas songs and then saloon music and all that. So, and given the weather also, there's not much for do outside. So I spend them with the family. Probably similar to Mr. Jamboya. That's not surprising at this year. So Ambul, I still let you for fix me camera for Leona go see me. But yes, now that way they are spending Christmas with the family. We eat plenty and good food. Thank you that God provide for we till they eat that particular time day, and we eat.
So, okay, so it look like say Mr. Cargo still the try for fix in system so it go able come for can join we for the show.
Frozen.
Mr. Jumbo, yeah, you can pick him away. I think she's
Yes,
frozen.
okay. Fambul, I'm sorry we lost Matilda briefly, but he will come on back. Now, so the systems, they get challenges. As he be they try for say, they ask how we individually spend with Christmas. Of course, so we other relatives them na the diaspora, we know say them spending Christmas in diverse ways. But as Matilda don't come back, I go make Claire continue from there. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, sir. Then before the system gets more issues.
She's gone back.
Interestingly, I don't know.
I'm frozen.
Yeah, your connection they give issue, and usually you can get a very stable connection. So maybe
Yeah, I don't know what's in the go on.
It can happen, even to me,
Am I
Chef, it
okay now?
happen to me.
you're
Yeah,
okay
it's
now.
okay. I think it's okay.
Okay, so fumble them as I mean they say me spend the Christmas. I think that this Christmas now one of the most quiet Christmas where I ever remember spending. It was nice. It was tranquil. It was quiet. I get to spend a lot of downtime reflecting, not doing much. We cook, we eat, we relax, we had fun, we danced a bit, watch movie. But I can't help but notice almost money come on my pocket. We not to inside me OCC dom. I think say for the first term until una oku of una by now already know say me married to foreigner, not married Salomon. But I think say for the first time ever, me man get for say, remember say we get mortgage for pay. He had to remind me that my dear, I know you're generous. I know you like giving. I know you like helping. But remember say we get mortgage for pay. And una know wetin all this money wey I dey send, wey I dey give people dem. One single person I no send money for na im country. All the money na inside my country e go.
I
And
think
somebody wey e get a heart, a humanitarian heart, an understanding heart, a heart of compassion. I think say for the first time me ashamed. And me na person wey no dey shame for help person, but ashamed small. Inside me to myself ashamed. I say, Lord have mercy. These are combined resources that this man, they work very hard, himself they work very hard, we they put together. But here am I, just depleting because of the situation in my country. If now we all two country, the money been the go, sometimes been for make small sense. But one side, all ten and one side, no more the money they go. All ten. So I can understand me dilemma. So yes, in as much as say my Christmas was easy, it was tranquil, I could not help but notice that aspect. And then I had to say to myself, Papa God, when the anger for come instead of this and always they go. Because always Namio and nine they go and not they ever come. And it will be good. And I think it's a good feeling for make we self begin experience and become. So to that thought and everything, today na the show I dey drink this wine so. Some people in the Francophone region call it as bisap, bisap. Some people call it zobo, right? More and more people are becoming acquainted with this leaf called hibiscus. One of my favorite drink them for make, local drink them for make. So this is what I'll be taking you along the journey with today, right? With this bisap, I know it as bisap. Some people call it sobolo, some people call it zobo drink. but I know it as BISAP. As we dey sit down
Can I,
inside the show,
can I interrupt you a bit, Matilda?
yes, sir, go
You
ahead,
are
sir.
giving me memories of my days in Conakry as a refugee. Me and my wife, we used to make this, refrigerate it along with that milk we call yogurt, sell and survive. So
Yes.
you just taken me back 20 and more years. It's a very
Some
popular drink in Conakry.
yes, yes, yes. Sometimes it's good to go back. Sometimes it's good to reminisce. For me, I'm also I became acquainted with this drink at university when I was in Abidjan studying. Obviously, been there with my cousins and everything, and I've been a very very popular drink. The Ivorians them. I don't even think say that they eat a single meal without they not drink bisap. There's
A
always
very
bisap around,
healthy, very
and
healthy.
very yes. So me self don't take into making bisap. There's most often there's bisap in my house somewhere in the fridge or in the freezer.
I would remind me, sister, start making it again.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. Well, in no particular order, like I say, I want make we sit down inside some of this year 2024 unforgettable events them inside Salone. And the first one way I want make we start with, I sure say some of una maybe go already done the guess. I want make we start with waiting I believe say affect a lot of people there inside this Christmas when are the general economic atmosphere and the decline of growth. I think say this particular events or set of events, I think say don't carry we through the 12 months of the year. I think say whether you dey inside Salone or you dey outside of Sierra Leone, the general economic climate and still growth somehow, some way don't affect you. Unless you know one for tell yourself the two, but if you want for tell yourself the two, I think say you go agree with me say Sierra Leone is on a steady decline. Mr. Kargbo, what are your thoughts?
Well, given that Fambulem again, wanna thank you for wanna join, given the holiday and the busy time as they count down to 2025. This na big topic, but we go try for keep very tight. So for me, I think say it's so interesting that I be dey watch Mr. Jamboria and Mr. Shilon and Mr. Mengo to they be dey give their own score. And where they reach by the economic side, I think say them be very generous. And to me, if anything, it's just unfortunate that we not get minus zero. Okay, but I for be even be minus zero. If anything, they will in a minus zero because I know say the current administration they defend different ways them for give people an impression say things that don't improve. And as a result, one thing we then do, and again I go try not for be technical now, one thing we then do is they they rebase the GDP. So the price them initially the for know if things then they go well, they compare with 2006 price them. So what they do, they readjust that. And now, well, like we know if the economic situation, activities, then they improve by the country. So, so they adjust them now, the comparison to 2018 prices. And we all know what that means. it get boku challenges them. And I know let people take say not to something where not ever happen. No. Developed countries then they do them. But they do them with sufficient data where they justify say you get changes in economic activity. So as a result, need they for do am. But what then do, where they make that adjustment they now, according to the latest so-called debasing, the debt to GDP ratio don't come down significantly. So, and also they adjust, say, the economy the previous 2 years, it grow more than the way where they be estimator. So down there to me, a very much disingenuous because it they give false hope, saying, well, the economic activity is strong. And when we all know clearly, say, not to that at the situation on the ground. So again, because in my opinion, when I look at all the things that we made all learn at school, and for over how many years now, I would say close to 20 years, I don't dey practice now Canada as an economist. And when I all know say Canada an advanced country, and not to because of I sabi the people in our government make them hire me, I go say I qualify. So looking at all the experience we I don't get, a point to political motivation for that adjustment day. And that's troubling to me. So because of them do that manipulation there and give false indications, say the country the economic activities they go in the right direction, where clearly the average salon person will say no to it. As we will talk a little bit more, another troubling thing will happen, say they not pay people them this December. So I go angry and I just want for make if I get me way for assess the performance, economic performance of that country day, I go say zero. I go chat for
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kargbo. And I will go to Mr. Jamboria. Mr. Jamboria, economically, generally, the economic atmosphere and how we economy the fear on, not just locally but also internationally. How do you think Sierra Leone is doing economically?
I think Mr. Kargbo don't give the basis. Me not an economist, but my area of discipline it will cover economic issues, it cover development and things like that. And I can always like for put them in simple terms.
Uh-huh.
Me own way where they look at an economy or the function. Now the basic standard of living of the people me they look. Are the people really able to afford the basics of life in Sierra Leone? All the econometric jargon they wouldn't they give it they reflect in that. The second measure we may always they look at now the export earning of the economy. Because if the economy cannot earn from export, I don't care whatever manipulation una do, there is always going to be a deficit. There is always going to be a deficit. That's a fact. And I believe say Mr. Kargbo will agree with that.
Uh-huh.
We export earning as against what in the public finance they receive as tax. And not commensurate with an economy or the function. Yes, then go tell we say they don't put tax per imports of certain commodities. But that is not necessary. That will face fact. If Sierra Leone can afford to produce rice on a competitive basis, we don't need to tax imported rice. The people know what they want. They appreciate what is theirs. The time we been they grow up, we not they eat export rice. Export rice been there. But that that rest will be in the commotoma boom. When they make they all the waiting pan and all the commode that red waiting the left we get minerals and etc. People were more akin to using those rice. You see, we get for face certain realities in Sierra Leone. If we want to make we country go before, let we left for deceive we self. This act of deception, I would not be afraid to say it. It's cowardice. If Boye Jallo seated here has done anything wrong, I would admit to it. If I have to apologize, I apologize. If I don't have to apologize, I will take steps to correct it. But we've seen in Sierra Leone a system that is now prone to blame and complain. When they manifest cowardice in the highest level, then they deceive people and say things they work. The reality is not, they speak to that. People cannot afford basic meals per day. People cannot afford to sleep in decent places. People cannot afford even to move around, to even engage in economic activities because transportation now a problem. So whatever they say, like Mr. Kargbo rightly say, we'll be very generous, and at the same time, at that time, I did not want to go overboard because we therefore look at certain other factors. You understand? But by and large, whatever had happened in Sierra Leone in 2024 economically, one, we get high stagflation. We get high stagflation in Sierra Leone.
Yeah,
Two,
a nice
we
sorry,
had
bro.
been
I'm sorry.
encumbered. Sorry, Salah, I just finished. We
Yeah.
have been encumbered with a political situation we put the economy on hold. This issue about elections, tripartite, etc., it affects the economic performance of the country greatly in 2024. Now, not lose focus on that. Yes, sir, over to you, sir.
No, I want to say that word is that stagflation, a big word that. So I will just want to ask you, like, break it
Okay,
down.
broke and down, sir, for them. Sorry, sir, broke and down.
Yeah. From them again, on a no say, me not a fan for bring them big jag on them. But Mr. Jamboria and a teacher, and I be salon teacher. And you know, say them salon teacher them for like we
We
know
like
say the
for we call
land.
it the students.
Exactly.
With the word.
Yes, let we know say the land. They get open call we, and then we are like, eh. So and it dey even happen right now in the country where people as they really say this person get PhD, it no matter outside getting PhD, they call it panel. So where at times even relevant self to waiting then put them like the position would then put them. So waiting and stagflation are very important measure word down the Mr. Jamboria bring camp for let unable get a little bit of understanding. Where the economy need to grow, it cause for like most likely the unemployment rate go up. And then the worst thing is normally where unemployment rate go up, but could people don't know they get money for go spend. And inflation it get twofold. It get one fold where they come off from the demand side, people are where they spend, and then it get another angle where they come off from the supply side, the people and where they make the things there. So, but where the economy they go fine, mostly it affects back how people in they spend. So, but waiting can happen now in that stagflation, the economy is stagnant, the economy need to grow, unemployment rate they high, but instead of where people in they spend, the inflation side not go up because people do not get money for spend. Rather, by that circumstance, the inflation they go up. So where unemployment rates they go up, then inflation they go up back. Where the economy is stagnant, then the combination then call it stagflation. So I want to let people understand that. And then there now something where really, I go say it art for fact because the way how normally then can affect inflation now for reduce the heat by the economy. So, but if the economy need to grow, And how you go reduce the heat? So when you reduce the heat, it will bring more trouble. People then go suffer more. So now it make one a about stagflation even around the world. Any side where they say na stagflation, then worry. Because the traditional way for fetam, it go bring more trouble, more hardship for people. Them. So I just want for break and down to and say if Mr. Jamboria as he put him say Salone they go through that situation we they in a very in an economic sense so very difficult situation. Agwen Gandhi. So I just want to clarify.
Better shrinkflation than stagflation. So,
They get problem with this dress to I put on. They go change them, please. Now give me 2 minutes.
better shrinkflation than stagflation. Okay. Oh, by answer, we na shrinkflation we dey enjoy right now. Una dey enjoy stagflation. But let me be more serious though. Honestly, um, stagflation in the current economic condition na Salone. We see the appointment of a theorist, not a practicalist. The appointment of that theorist, they created a lot, contributed to a lot. We see the disappearance of the theorist, wey bin dey dance under the rain. At one point, we not be no side there. Then we see video surface where they dance under the rain, and we notice say na retirement package they don't get. And then from that retirement package, they waiting we then see we see the appointment of someone whom by all indication is incapable of controlling the bleed. Incapable of controlling the bleed. Because unemployment continues, high cost of living continues, and to top it off all, there is no money. There is no money. But you know what even worse past this is that we wage bill continue for increase.
Yeah.
The wage bill continue for, in fact, the wage bill, it don't bloat steady, belly don't bust, the guts the all day na do now. But who is watching? Who is checking? And so in this midst of this very hard economic times, people are not getting paid. Wages are not being paid. But at the same time, we wage bill continue for increase. Mr. Kargbo, how do you reconcile this? What is going on with the Sierra Leone wage bill and why are people not getting paid?
Well, clearly, again, I remember somebody always get the parable say, you can lie to other people, but you need to lie to yourself. So they sort of mask all this impact in terms of the economy and they give false narrative out there and stuff. But the bottom line is we don't make several of my programs then don't they give people them the alarm and saying even come up from the finance minister where he say if we continue the way how we dey trust money so the debt servicing burden it goes so much that money no go there for do other things them. And also the bank governor of Salone, they don't pull out now one newspaper and Thomas Dixon also report on that. The amount of months them, I think at that time it's about 2 months worth of reserve we Salone get. So that's continue for tell we say Salone they in a very tough situation. And remember again for Fambul them we watch this, not to anything against this administration. But let we, some thinking there for let you able get a better understanding of a situation you want for compare them to something. And even though me not a fan of comparing the previous administration to this administration, because in my opinion, the previous administration go up to Kaba in time, because Kaba, Kuruma, and now Mada, now then are the people that will go say in we modern democracy, now then three presidents and they don't get. So Kaba, I don't point to the Transparency International Corruption Index, Perception Index, and then Kaba, in fact, now be the worst of the three people according to that index day. So corruption, the reason we make people not be notice that is because we be too glady for the peace we don't come to the country at that time. So the focus not be there on the money way the international community be the give Salone for recovery and restructuring and for infrastructure and all then development they need. So, but unfortunately for President Bill, him now, social media, even them Makituma themselves now get access to WhatsApp. And then self the comments on the economic situation. So because of you get huge access to social media, now it making the feel the pinch. But not to say an escoroma in government not be corrupt too. In fact, again, if we go to the index, Mother Bill, for right now, according to the latest score, we're at 2023, we get 35 over 100. And under an escoroma, a left farm, the highest way it be get, if I remember correctly, I think that'll be 31 or 32 around there, over 100. So if you go at one point, I think 33 over 100. But a day within 30 to 33. So meaning that if you look at 35 over, let's say 32, 33, 35 higher. But the question is, given the way how the current administration, particularly the president, label them IAMP and call them all sort of names. If you take what we call the survey error, because now survey, if you take out the error, you go find out say we dey one place, so we not get any significant improvement. Again, some people go want to point to the MCC. Oh, we don't do well and stuff. No, MCC to me not joke because it depends on the country where you deal within the category. Now by category, so you need to assess yourself. Now, I make you always refer to this particular index, the Transparency International Corruption Index, because that one day you over time you they able know you score. So again, not to the ranking, no, now the particular score. So the highest so far, and fairly enough, now under President Bill, now 35 over 100. But when I tell me true, Madam Matilda and Mr. Jamboria, if you begin 1 year, it's called say 30, 32 over 100. Another year, it's called 35 over 100. Now, something where you need for go dance to neighbor, say you begin don't get sense, you begin don't improve, where it still they fail miserably. So it's like you come 20 out of 20 1 year, and then another year you come 19 out of 20, and then you gladly say you beat 1%. So who's Combra go
Yeah, we
so
don't win. We don't
exactly.
win. Yeah, we don't.
So now that way they me go assess that 35 over 100 scorecard. Not to the MCC. The MCC, but look, then compare we with Venezuela, where we all know say then democracy challenging. Then compare we with Afghanistan, where you know say then democracy challenging. So by the MCC, now that category they then put with. They're not even put in at the same category as Ghana or Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria, of course, then said corrupt. So
You see,
again,
Mr.
yes. So
Kargbo,
on Thursday, and if you ask me in a nutshell, in terms of the economic activity, the side where then they claim as strength. Now they are one for go so. Where you look at the corruption index, now 35 over 100. I go pause there.
yes, Mr. Kargbo, and they are no go because you don't come with very important point. Economic issues are issues of human beings. Human nature, they play a lot into we economic activities, we economic thinking. One thing I think we need to get clear is that the indices here when they make so, then they do them on a comparative basis over time. As you rightly say, they rank indifferent from the score. Because the sociological factor they inside it, but they're not a talk 'em. Then they look at the way the people and they think and how then they improve on their thinking for take care of the economic activities. You see, we get for left for politicize issues in Sierra Leone. And we get for accept certain hard facts about we as a people. We are very prone to be destructively corrupt. I use the word destructively because corruption is part of human nature. Just now you talk about Nigeria and Ghana. These guys may be more corrupt than us, but they plow back the loot into their societies. So then they create economic activities where they assist economic growth. Whereas in Sierra Leone, people loot the state to bring the loot overseas, or when they loot them, then they keep an at the house. Now, Salone, they say that they go thief $250,000 now somebody else, which is itself illegal for keeping a house. You understand? So we get to look at we mentality. And if we get to accept certain basic facts, is it the parties that are corrupt or we the people that are corrupt? Is it the political parties that have a problem or we the people that have the problem? Because if we go back in time, as you rightly say, since after the war, nothing has changed. It's only getting worse. Because everybody, they look and say, when we go, now we tend for go eat. During the Tijan Kaba regime, the war ended, a lot of money went into Sierra Leone. It did not reflect in the economy. And as Kroma came, there were continued inputs. Then economic trust begin, mining companies then begin come. Anyhow, then pass with the contract, then I don't know. Today, Sierra Leone, they benefit nothing from minerals. Then BO came with his new direction, covering the loopholes. Now we see more loopholes because now we get somebody then they appoint them na United Nations for be attaché for health. Why do we need health attaché in a developed economy? You know, we get for left for be a joke. We are jokes, Mr. Kargbo. All them here, they reflect on with socio-economic intelligence. So then square how they make noise, but we for begin ask ourselves, what can we do to change our attitudes and perceptions? Because even discuss them and they call them as perceptions, not so. What can we do? That's the challenge Sierra Leone has. And that's why I always said our problem is not political, it's not economic, it's our social psychology. We are bullies and cowards, so they thief and loot. Now we accept that. Now try change them. I will go back to you, Matilda.
Thank you very much, sir. So many people them. I tell you, I say I dey go on this unforgettable events of 2024. that made headlines or made news in Sierra Leone in no particular order because all of them important, not to so we don't come out from stagflation. But what is this? Abitoko? Hey, Bobo. We don't come out from stagflation. We don't go to the hemorrhaging, uncontrollable hemorrhaging of the wage bill, where don't lead to also non-payment of wages. We saw the introduction of the new direction and covering of loopholes. And so is the covering of those loopholes, could it be what also led to the Tollgate tariff? How about we talk about the Tollgate tariff? What was the ideology behind the Tollgate tariff? When it
Can I go?
happened, the people cried foul, people like Allah, and say, waiting this, Uswan this. As the Tollgate, has it yielded the intended outcome or the intended, the reason for waiting them put on for? It don't benefit them. We also see taxation on we flight tickets then to Sierra Leone. We also see during that period, Sierra Leone became, if not the most expensive country to fly to in the sub-region, one of the most expensive country to fly to in the sub-region. And as of date, when I check right now, I believe say Sierra Leone are the most expensive country for flight to the sub-region. I'm not saying the continent of Africa. Please do not get me wrong. Sierra Leone is part of West Africa. And so therefore, when I speak solely of West Africa and not the continent at large. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
On this toll gate issue, I want to give the background because I am aware of it. I was a participant at the time when the international agreement was reached in 1989. The first effort where the government of Sierra Leone be made forget the international community for come back and begin assist with. Then begin starting conditionalities. One of them was that we should return to multi-party democracy and we for do divestiture of public corporations when I lead to the formation of roads authority, airports authority, etc. Then say any investment within the give into road construction and then kind infrastructure, there should be a mechanism for make the government they get money for maintain and also for do other projects. That was where the toll gate idea came from. I clearly remember in 1992 when the MPRC came to overthrow the government of President Momo. There was a toll gate at PWD Ahmadiyya Junction. There was one at Newton. There was one at Masheka. Why I come with this history? You see, we get one thing in Sierra Leone where they misuse good intentions for bad purpose. The arrangement where they make with the Chinese on the toll gate, that is not what was agreed on. What was agreed on is that the government of Sierra Leone for levy toll on all new roads constructed at a reasonable rate so that they go get money for the repair the roads. Not all tempers will come back to European Union or IMF. And I think say the last government informed something, an institution where we get the office now government worth. I don't know if that institution they still they run. Because Sierra Leone, an idea they come in, they take decade before them materialize. But this now the short background of the toll. The implementation as it is very wrong. It's very wrong. They not say for give the road constructor the toll access for collect the money. Now the government for collect them. Whatever they between them and the people who construct the road, They should honor the payment of that debt, the government of Sierra Leone. Over to you, sir.
Well, again, I want to make them very clear. I don't say few times people don't say, oh, I make viewers don't lose viewership and stuff. We're very much aware because Salone is very, very politicized in a way that we know how to get viewers then. You just need for the one side. You need for be APC or SLPP. You they get people they on cam. We all know that. But we they feel say when you do that, a disservice to the country. So now make the people and we care about Sierra Leone. Imagine Salone the way how we do. And similar to America, the independents don't know boku. So if now independent minded people and they watch VOS, I feel say we they accomplish something. So I just want to make them very clear for address people in that regard. Now something deliberate we they do so in the interest of the country. We they put the country first. So now in make where we they talk now yeah, if we now observe, I know say some SLBP supporters then they say, oh, we need to go heavily on the previous administration. But guess what? There's no way you're able to change the past. All you can do is you learn from the past. So the influence where we will make now or insert now on the current administration. For let them listen to we and then do the right thing and channel the country in the right direction. So
Yeah.
not to accident where we they go heavily on the current administration. So I want let people understand that. Because we get the tendency for let them listen to we and let them push the country in the right direction. Now, where I pull down their side, let we come to the question that we throw. I go say if we put percentage in terms of the people and for blame, I go say 80% of the blame go to the previous administration on the toll because now they make terrible arrangement.
Yeah.
Terrible
Yeah.
arrangement. The
That's
reason
correct.
yes, and this coming administration now, because of the same thing where we be push and say the previous administration not do right, now in they do. Remember, the toll get a better justification for let them renegotiate because we know say an Eskoroma is signed that agreement there in bad faith, not to in the interest of the country, in the interest of him and probably in Cabal. So you compare that again. I don't want to let people say, "Oh, you know APC," but compare that to waiting be then a paper for that Mama airport. The Mama Maya port, if they be go ahead with them based on the plan and saying then get plenty other things them way like even government offices them according to the plan where they be intend for like another airport day. You compare the Mama Maya port, the potential where it be get for bring to the country, and look at the toll gate where they agree upon and do not even make an alternative route. As a matter of fact, then they even unconstitutional because they force Sierra Leoneans them for use something where they don't intend for use. They don't make no alternative. And then they, in fact, now one area that where you go criticize the toll. Because a toll for be an alternative route if you want to go now you place faster. But enough for be the only route where you not get any other option, then they are completely wrong. And in my opinion, it unconstitutional because it restrict the movement of people if you not get money for pay, now that told it. So now, why in God's name, that terrible decision there, President Bio not use that as the number one thing way for strike and even go to international court and say that particular deal there and not be in the interest of the country. And the Chinese them take advantage of the country because we will get a corrupt leader. Why you not do that? Instead, it go after something where it feels say it politically expedient for him. I go break waiting at the expedient word. It be political advantage for him. For let it bash the mama. And also because in my opinion, the deal done already done, cannot go get much kickback from it. So it go ahead and cancel them. Where it don't make any sense with waiting they replace them with. Because now we still get ferry problem. We still get almost all the problems them where be they exist from that old airport. We still get them problems then they not solve. Whereas this mama again, another waiting I will call
The ferry
unit.
been go waka, sir. The other day, the ferry go waka. He been go waka. I go look for him brother. Na
Yeah,
Tagline. When he come out Tagline, he gonna the ports. He been go waka.
yeah, and we they now say Guinea the benefit from this arrangement
Yeah,
because
yeah.
because as a result of the so-called uh, um airport, it's expensive now because of all them surcharges them we don't add it, and people then see say you will get more value for your money if you fly na Guinea and then you take boat camp. So again, not to something where you go say now after the fact. That's something where both we make it clear. Saying, okay, if you don't cancel my mama because of whatever argument you get, we don't need for reduce the revenue what they get from the airport, give to Suma Group. Because imagine some people and they say, oh, this will cost Salone anything and stuff. No lie. Imagine the money what we they get in terms of revenue from the airport. Now that revenue they need to come. And the country need revenue. For like we go able to tackle like this thing where we face to for pay people like. So again, let's just summarize that point. The toll gate was a complete failure on the part of Kuruma, and Bill, because of themselves can get kickback, possibly, then continue for champion that fail process day. And then say, oh, like Abbas Bundo of all, somebody where I really, really not get respect for at all. They say, oh, well, we don't sign them at the paraphrase now. We don't sign them, so not get much for do. We oblige. No. If that thing
That
they not
was a big lie.
exactly.
Every
It's not there
contract
in
can be
the
renegotiated anywhere on earth.
especially if not in the interest of the country, than then a
Yeah, because
particular
there are
country.
United Nations conventions that protect the sovereignty of the economic rights of the people. And Sierra
Exactly.
Leone is party to these conventions. It is
Yes.
because of these conventions that we have the International Court of Justice in The Hague. It's different from the ICC, but both of them then are the same quarter, now The Hague, the International Court of Justice. Nigeria and Cameroon be get an issue for Bakassa Peninsula. Now the ICJ, now them in court that case. Any contract will get na Sierra Leone now, we're not in the interest of the people. If we get a government with well-meaning, then can attempt for renegotiate. If they cannot get a renegotiation, they can refer the issue to the ICJ. That issue, but Yenga, the ICJ can solve it. But we get people them, we're not genuine in governance. That has been the problem Sierra Leone has had since 1961. The politicians, they're not genuine. Go ahead, sir.
We
And before
politicians them.
you come, Madam Attila, let's just conclude here. So the Minister of Works says Salon people are for glad that it all renegotiate from maybe 200% increase, it all reduce. That was bogus. So again, Sister Matilda, thank you so much where you try for bringing the issues here because Sierra Leoneans they need to understand very clearly. So the APC people, and where they feel say that they blame this government for a terrible renegotiation, therefore look themselves in the mirror, say, and Escoma start the terrible ball rolling. So I just want to make it clear to people them. And to me, now a failed deal. And for the fact that President Biono renegotiate them and use them, instead they use the Commission of Inquiry for blackmail the opposition. If we don't use the International Court as a bargaining chip for force the Chinese them for at least freeze any potential increase na that Tollgate day, because it will continue for create hardship, especially this economic time. Over to you, Ma.
Indeed. So, family, if una just dey join we as soon as see the topic for today, na Sierra Leone 2024. So issues, that made headline, unforgettable issues of 2024. Na Sierra Leone 9 we sit up and today. So basically, we have the new direction. The new direction who's taken us to stagflation, excessive hemorrhaging of the wage bill, non-payment of wages. And they also say then they control, the leakages by, doing some things them. But now we see say they don't create a loophole for collect more through the toll gate. Now, the toll gate situation as una hear, not to them one going for blame. The one that when at the end and take power, now then begin this toll gate situation here. And so therefore, we cannot just point to them. The bed be done prayed already for them. Then I lay down no more than can lay down a bed we already done prayed. So where we they blame? Make we blame the one we prayed the bed and how we prayed the bed. Right? We can't blame them for how they decide for lay down. So we go from that day, we go to also an extended wing of the airport, which cost we $270 million. Where we been get Mama when a whole city we been supposed for be $320 million. So uno do the math, a new city versus an extended wing. This extended wing so don't cost we so much money, same way so that uno self uno know uno self. When uno they go Freetown now, not of Freetown International or Lunge, now uno they use for go. Uno they go through Conakry. Some of uno they go through Liberia. Right? Some of uno they go through Liberia. Because the Liberia connection not as swift and quick as the Conakry one, beaucoup of uno they go through Conakry for come. So at the end of the day, now Uda don't loss. Uno go make contract with Chinese man them for build extended wing without first of all presenting it in parliament. So parliament no agree. Uno sign an agreement and then uno choke and down their throat, and now we're all paying the consequences. Because like me, Matilda, I don't go there for go pay $2,000 for go through Conakry, and then I go pay $4,000 for make no more a land inside Freetown. No, it is okay. I don't mind. I go delay that other 2 hours where it go take me for go through Conakry, because I am saving an excess of $2,000. Money not to water for all man. And for me, certainly money is not water. I work hard for it. So I know they waste me money. Now, we don't talk about the keketemu way happen. We don't talk about the hijacking. We don't talk about the toll. All of this way they go on. We hear MCC. How this MCC come about? Una remember me from one small now they hear about bumbuna. I don't hear about bumbuna. I don't hear about bumbuna. I don't hear about, but the bumbuna has not bumbunad. Bumbuna not the bumbuna. We now hear about fiber optic. We make 1, 2, 3 number. We see they go arrange themselves. They make one stage picture. We don't put the wire there, Nanet, now they wire so they can cut the wire them. They can cut the wire them. So all thing where we they do, when we don't work, for make we go get light, for make we go better, they don't can cut them. Now bad people there, we they put them in jail, we they send them go jail. I call it a stage, a montage, because we don't ever see any of them people here so tried. For go big give but listen, inside salon you dey pay person because the hardship is so much that you dey pay person get am good dirty bits. You dey pay am for bitter. E dey take the bit because after I don't take the bit, body can that one can that cold, e dey collect it go away. So I strongly believe that that's what has been happening in Sierra Leone. They've been staging these things to say people and they go cut the wire them. Me not believe say people and they cut the wire them. I believe say na an inside job. When people cannot eat, when people cannot feed, they will resort to any means.
Yeah.
They will resort to any means. So right now, if me na some kind wicked one, I dey go pay somebody as make I give you 1 dozen. It go say for almost as make I give you, if I even say make I give am 200,000, if they collect that 200,000, they take the 1 dozen, even though you not do nothing, just for make it survive. That is where Sierra Leone is right now. So let us not be fooled. With all of this, come the MCC. The MCC money not meant for go directly in the hands of government. But if you have worked in international institutions and you have dealt with international portfolios, you will understand that even though budget allocations are not meant to go directly into the hands of the government, somehow, some way, there are practices, there are means for make them go get a hold of the money they have, or some portion of the money they have. I
They
work with
already
things. I know what I am talking about. MCC, Mr. Kargbo, the right move, the right time. Will it succeed? Will it be a failure? Will it be a bust? Or will it be the turning over, the turning around that we all anticipating that Sierra Leone so much is in need of?
Well, thank you very much, Ma. And again, for the people and we probably go to wonder, Thursday program by God's grace, I go give you an update on the VOS scholarship program. But in the interest of time, we decide for just because we get beaucoup things then for talk about, not to say not important, but yeah, when I tune in Thursday on the focus on Salone issue, politics and economics, I will give an update on that. So far, the quick update we get, if you don't mind, Madam Matilda, we not go be too deep. We don't raise about 460, slightly over $400 US dollars, and the people and we don't donate. Actually, we recently get somebody we donate. We in Alima Kamara, on our putting name there, but the most updated list is there on Reviewers Facebook page and the YouTube channel. So I go encourage you to follow and I go there. And I also say boku thank you to all the Salone people that we don't donate. There I go encourage you to follow and continue for donate. And let we make sure say we make a difference. Back to the MCC. As a Sierra Leonean, and this side, I will give the government kudos for we again let I put them in perspective because some people can not clear the talk, but still some people can misunderstand we. I put them in perspective. So the MCC, the reason why the American government established that and for help developing countries and poor countries them with particular areas them where they really need funding and hoping to see their areas then go able for help push in a positive way the lives of the citizens them of that country there in particular. So now the overall aspect that. So what they do, they make a very, I would say, minimal threshold. I use the word minimal because that threshold there, for let you say, we put you based on your income bracket, we put you in a category of countries the way they struggle, the same way as you they struggle. And remember, plenty of them countries, yeah, the struggle now as a result of the policies them, the corruption, the policies then terrible. So, but never mind. Now, corrupt country they would put you where on all kind of maybe they're in the same category. Or go put you in that country. It just start like where I think in America they do where picking them where let's say now a student them they get at the all then puts them in one class. Because if you then put a student alongside the C students then will always be discouraged. So they put them by the categories then they. So now the similar thing then do for this MCC. Saying, okay, well, una way they close to failing, or they put una all in one category. So for that category, they, if you do well, we go help you. We go no say you don't do something for make sure say you move to another category. So you see the MCC will make people enough for take them as a benchmark for development of that country. Because in relative term, it's not supposed for being so. If we only stop at saying we they do this for let we go get what they call compact program for let we go to that stage where we go compete now with developing countries there with countries that where they go before now Africa. So we don't even start that race to where we will compare ourselves with Ghana or waiting. This now one mob force. Now that way they make see the MCC. So for the fact say that one up there, yes, the government don't show say yes, they don't want up sober one. So even Liberia have quite recently, with all the fracas they go on, they don't win, they don't get eligibility for LEC, they go win MCC. And we all know say Liberia, of course, in fact, they look like say this coming government is more corrupt than the one we don't go. Because the thing that way they happen right now. So again,
The old man sleeps 70% of the time. So the young boy that just they do anyhow they want.
So I just bring this to our attention now and know what the MCC means. Saying, not to say corruption, don't completely minimize. No. Not just relative to equally corrupt countries, them, una they do slightly better. So as Sierra Leonean, Sister Matilda, are thrilled with the MCC because not grant, not a loan, not to say we'll get for payback. And anything we get for payback, then they are get for scrutinize. But some people will not get for payback. Any condition we then levy on we will reconsider that condition there and make sure that we compare to that condition there. Because at the end of the day, now free money, now we put on so. Now free development. Because not all the money they get for I don't say this. So overall, for answering the question, the MCC now great news for the country. But unfortunately, politics ne give people a chance. So now, Tiwe for benefit, and according to the write-up where I read, we forget about 4.6 million Sierra Leoneans that will for be benefit from this MCC compact program, according to the waiting I read. So what President Bill waiting he do now, he put interest above the country, above the 4.6 million people and they will for benefit from the MCC. Because the requirement of the MCC is very simple. Una don't win, but for like una continue with the MCC, una for sure say una governance issue, that democracy, una for the move on in the right direction. So the way MCC ask for is very simple, Sister Matilda. Even though with no basis, the supporters then they say, oh well, we're not sovereign country and we need to get them both ways. We need to cake and get them back. So you say you're not sovereign state, But yet you're not able to take care of your people there. You're not able to take care of the day-to-day administration of the country. So automatically you don't compromise that sovereignty. Because when you go beg somebody, you get for dance to in tune. You get for meet up with the conditions the way they give. Otherwise, pass if Salone as beggar, we get choice. But we don't get any choice. And even with all the big, we're not able for pay with civil servants then. We don't work so hard. So if you ask me, I go say the MCC na good thing for the country, but unfortunately, politics na give we president chance. So it puts in own interest above the country interest. So it dey jeopardize the benefit where we country forget. And the supporters them, unfortunately or regrettably, then they support the terrible nature of the country right now. Because to me, even it ties self to the security, the stability of the country. This MCC, now as a result of the 2023 election, after almost a year, not almost over a year and 6 months, over 18 months, we still struggle with this June election issue. I go pause there. So if you ask me, now benefit. But how I go see the way forward? Like how Ackman be pull that music. Where he call all the people that way to go heaven. Where camp for the Sanko, he say no. So now the same thing again. Where camp how we go able forget the MCC program for go before Matilda. I don't know.
Well, Mr. Kargbo don't say where he come by MCC and how we go able go before. He don't quote a musician, a lyricist by the name of Ackman. He say, I don't know. Mr. Jamboria, what do you say, sir? For me, he who pays the piper plays his tune. Waiting are you young?
Of late, I don't turn historian. I believe say we need for go back to history, let we know some of them things. But before I go into the history, I go agree with Mr. Kargbo, say the MCC is good for Sierra Leone. And I go even want for comment Mr. Kargbo say, maybe the politicians they are aware say good for we now make them the delay am. I go give me reason why I say that. Why I say that, this MCC not to today begin. You see, the international foreign relations, they change with time. In the 70s and 80s, America was giving assistances to developing countries through a law we then call Public Law 480, PL 480. But the concern at that time was more on agriculture, rural development, then Peace Corps, they will be in the go Sierra Leone. All now been part of the PL 480 venture. Then can't for understand, say, then things say, then they misuse them politically. So they modify what do they call MCC. I go, while I do a research, Mr. Kargbo, it's connected to what Kofi Annan introduced to the United Nations system, say, rather than they pour money as foreign assistance, let them try for do other interventions will not involve much money, but put in the structures and the capacity in place. And I believe say most international assistance now, they use that. In some cases, like European Union, what in they do na Sierra Leone, most of the money now they go to the government account. Although yes, then get ways and means where themselves they benefit from them. This recent thing about Waka Fine, the money did not go direct into the government account, but they found a way to broke balance because now that we sabi kuku jumuku. But the fact of the situation is the approach where they want use now for assist we is very good. Minimize giving the money, come with the capacity building, then where you need to give as a grant, give it as a grant. The MCC as a grant is good for Sierra Leone because it will make some inputs in areas like electricity where we need. But the fact of the situation is the MCC also has a string that we don't see or we may not want to mention. America wants to keep its hold in West Africa. So it's a carrot situation. That's why they are speeding it up. So dear, with a big, this government, let them not boast about MCC. They have been giving it to put them under control. Because until they know they see things far, let them know that. I'm telling them today. Whatever negotiations they go on, however then they drag them, the intention now forget the government for still they on path with democratization. My fear is if we keep dragging it, we get the new president. That man not get patience with nonsense. Donald Trump, when he come, if we not behave for behavior, they cut off that thing there if we're not careful. Because he's talking about bringing everything back to America. Well, maybe he may be advised about the strategic relevance of keeping the MCC. Maybe. But if we not comply, because whatever we say, American policy about democracy will never change. If we not comply, Mr. Trump can have power. That man will not get patience with people. He may cut it off. So let's sound this warning now to them. Over to you, Matilda.
Okay, so MCC, will it be a stabilizer or a form of stabilizer for Sierra Leone? MCC
it will
MCC
provide certain facilities, but not a stabilizer.
right. MCC na a good thing for Sierra Leone, no doubt. Any Sierra Leonean, every Sierra Leonean for be happy that we get MCC. But in as much as not a good thing for Sierra Leone, for every pro there is a con, right? For every pro there is a con. Even though the pro is good, the pro is that people will stand to benefit. The con is that will it be done to the fullest advantage of the people? The answer is absolutely not. Will people benefit economically? Will they have economic gains from it? The answer is absolutely yes. And so when I look at the light, I also have to look at the darkness of it. For those people who stand to benefit from it, how many people will be robbed of the benefit from it or by it? That is what I am also looking at. So yes, MCC is good. But let us understand that within we environmental disposition, we environmental climate, and the way things are done, I do not foresee the level of effectiveness that it otherwise should have had. I not feel say that then they go happen. I feel say there will be a lot of looting. I feel say there will be a lot of manipulation to the point wherein at the end of the day, you'll want to ask yourself, was it really worth it? But for what it's worth, I hope for the little that would access whatever there is, that at the end, it all worth it. But inside this MCC and the availability of this MCC, we can't forget, and we can't talk about big events of 2024 without we not talk about the tripartite. Was the tripartite necessary?
No.
Did it yield what it was supposed to have yielded? Was it a selfish injunction or imposition, or was it for the better of the masses? Alefangional too.
Well, if me
Mr.
can go,
Kargbo, you go first.
yeah, if me can go first, the answer is no, it's not necessary at all. And in fact, it creates more tension than before even than creator. So after the creation of it, it caused more tension at the country before then creator. Before then creator, you find out say the concentration now on one aspect, the aspect of for release the June 2023 disaggregated result by polling station and stuff. To me, that therefore will be very easy way for deal with it. Again, people it's so funny that Boku people I don't know if you intend for take calls, because I don't know if you just want for let we talk, but Boku people they only come and say, well, the president or the SLPP do not get no hands in the election result and stuff like that. 100% I agree, because again, supposedly the the neck, I mean the ECSL, now ECSL, supposedly they're supposed for be independent organization. Absolutely, yes. But again, I will do a broadcast on a sister platform where I talk about that, saying we get the MCC, we all do agree in a very good thing for the county. We be there on the line as a result of the same thing for release the disaggregated result by polling station. MCC there on the line. We president in credibility there on the line. And as a matter of fact, because of this so-called election issue, and not be even do inauguration for a second term. And we all know say president be elect the limelight. Elect for day na then kind situation and day. But because he believes say like Boku, even African countries them, I believe say including Ghana, not congratulate them up till now. And so all that thing then be as somebody assuming to say this go be in last time, assuming you legacy now that time. You for be want for do anything way constitutionally possible for ECSL release them thing and they will discredit you. And let I remind people then, because according to me English program, I make it clear saying that I give example with what happened in Ghana, where Ghana, the ruling party, they rely on the internal data for make the decision. The person where run when are the current vice president, where he lost, it make it clear. It say it go concede even before the electoral commission released the official result because of the internal data. So we now, SLPP, then pull press release, then say, if I still remember the numbers, about 66% of the people that will vote during the presidential election, vote for President Bill, it gets about 66% of the total result. So if una believe in the una numbers then we president in good they on the line. The MCC they on the line for release their numbers. Hey, boy, me fambulem. You don't need for be a rocket scientist for say if for be in the interest of the president and the country for let Ingo court and force the ECSL for release their numbers then they. So now go on for ask how we go do that. We get what they call access to information. We're through that, then go able force the court go able force ECSL for release their numbers then they. One we lawyer try, lawyer Maria, they use technicality. And we all know say if the government willing, because we all know say the government gets so much influence when it comes to the judiciary, as they don't show them repeatedly, and no need for go through that. And the government, this not to anything say they try for muscle ECSL or try for compromise the independence, you they use the court system. And through that access to information, say them for make them public, for redeem we president in bad name. Say he win the election fairly. If una be believe on una numbers then. But una they say, oh, APC them for release their numbers. No. APC not to them in the country. Una get obligation to the country. Una get obligation for let the country be peaceful. Una not they do. Una for don't ask the APC folks them where they say tripartite and stuff. Let them go to hell. Una excuse me for that French day. Because it not be necessary. The reason we make again the tripartite all to the party them, they use them as a manipulative tool. So the government side then go into the agreement, in my opinion, for like APC go participate in governance. APC then go into the agreement they hoping to say then go use them for force ECSL for release the numbers then. So not in the interest of the people and in the interest of themselves. So to me, it's a shame on the two parties them. Where now the country not able for politically stable. And now you get so-called alleged coups and all sort of strategic manipulation. We're not good for the stability of the country. So if you ask me in a nutshell, appetite is useless. It's not useful at all. It's unnecessary. The reason where they form them is unnecessary. And to me, where people and they say, oh, the owners there on APC, I disagree completely. The APC in opposition. And for like the kind of calm power and stuff, then you choose for be destructive. But co-opposition them that part they do. They're not going to say yes to anything good where they happen at the country. So, but you where they rule, you will want for let the country stable, so you go able for leave a very good legacy. The owners be there on you, especially something where you're able for control. But when I get on your numbers, and when I believe on your numbers. So why you una numbers go show say you get 66 and you settle for 56? And at the same time, the ECSL not a releaser. Ebo, I go Thursday.
Ebo. Now so we left am. So basically, the thing is that when the mayor of Freetown, when her results were announced, and she know that the results were, they don't touch on the results, even though they get they win. You know for say not to that percentage they win with. You know wait for make ECSL pull the results where he win with because she was collecting. He pull, he tabulate all of the RIT or whatever, or RIF form them. He pull them one by one, polling station by polling station, almost what he gets, almost he win for consolidate and for make clear say that this much I win by, not so waiting ECSL say I win by. Una look the tabulation, una do am for una self. SLPP, una dey claim say una win by 60-something%. ECSL they refuse for pull the votes for showing wetin una win by. Because obviously, if they're showing wetin una win by, we all by now know say not to wetin and say happen. So he who stand righteous and called himself righteous, why he not do the righteous thing? Why una not pull out like Akisoya did? Why una self not do the same thing? And let the whole country rest? Because the country not a rest. You hear of truncated coup, make-up coup here, make-up coup there, make-up coup. As a matter of fact, it's like it has even become now like an anniversary. Closer to Fatima Dion in birthday, there is a coup that they are going to say an attempted coup. Closer to Fatima, because at the second time this don't happen. Last year, this year, same thing. Closer to his birthday, there's an attempted coup. Who is cooing who here? And for what are they cooing who? That is the question we are asking. Was to force the hand of government, but they went about it wrongly. They failed. As a matter of fact, I believe the results would have been released had the opposition not considered in going to parliament. One of the biggest mistakes when they make now agreeing to go back to parliament. Because by agreeing to go back to parliament, it means that you have reinstated full functionality of a government. And you hold your horses. Keep holding on to your horses. I think say, in a selfish manner, but in not so much of a selfish outcome, I think say Sierra Leone would have won. I think say Sierra Leone would have won. In not all of it, but in some of it. But right now, people then die for nothing, people then protest for nothing, and basically, people's votes are not legitimized. Up until now, I don't care what una say, the votes have not been legitimized. No single person will cast in votes inside that 2023 election and vote legitimized. How do we continue to live in such chaos? Mr. Jamboria, I pass them over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma. Glad you and me last day come. Because this tripartite issue from day one, when it started, the week when they begin talk about tripartite, I was invited to talk with some people on this channel where this fellow been they run, Davis, what they call himself Shaba. Mohammed Bangura was there, Mambu was there, this fellow where they America, what they call himself Koroma and Goose or whatever, been there. I told them outrightly that the tripartite is a waste of time. That it will lead Sierra Leone in the direction we will not want them. It will cause more harm than good. Let we all settle for a short-term government of national unity. We're not going to involve Samura Kamara, Julius Maada Bio, and all the key players. Let them look at the issues, especially the electoral and constitutional issues. Then, after that, let them reconduct an election, given a period of 3 years. Afterwards, all those people who are still in governance, talking about 2028, would have given Sierra Leone a chance to get a new beginning if we've been going to this arrangement. We review the constitution, make them up to date, review what happened in 2023, then conduct an elections back. Mohammed Bangura was, that not going to happen. I talk na me, I say, okay, on a try day. On a try day. That's why throughout the tripartite period, I had refused to comment about it because I know it's a waste of time. And I go say this without fear. The APC is complicit in that arrangement. The APC willfully knew that the results were not correct, but there were some people in the APC who wanted things to continue as it is because it is in their own personal favor. So they agreed to go into this tripartite. After the tripartite, then they can tell we one thing. The American ambassador, they tell we something else. Samura Kamara, they tell we something else. Then take we make Dandogo them. Then all man, they can lie in your own lie. But the fact of the situation is that tripartite is not going anywhere. Now we accept that. If we get for accept, say Julius Madabio for continue, okay. But let's make sure, say, between now and 2028, we come out with something very solid. Let this nonsense done, Salone. We had an opportunity to rebuild Sierra Leone after the war. We didn't. This is a second opportunity, and we are letting it slip out of our hands. Why? Because the hypocrisy and the deception are in Boku now we country. And some of we they talk the way they talk, not so because I don't need favor from anybody. I consider myself as an elder of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I ask myself, boy, why should they have passed through this earth, living 60 and more years? April next year will make me 70. Then we can't be deeper on this nonsense way deeper. If I don't say what is right, then I consider myself a failure. Because I'm not a pass here for can enrich myself alone. I'm a pass here for make I work with the people they want say. Now we all born at the same country. We all na fambul. Let we do something or go left legacy for picking and then picking them. This is what we have failed to do as a race, the black race. Now I make other races, then they take advantage by we. European don't do them, Arabs don't do them. Now the Chinese are there economically enslaving us. We get for wise in Africa. We get for wising up. It's not always about me. There are times us is better. We were then at the diaspora, we don't see how us they operate. The white man or they pull money give you, but they provide facilities and safety nets for make you able to live decent life as long as you're able to work and benefit yourself. But we in Africa, we get that caste system, that cultural apartheid. Now the cultural apartheid, they lead we into all them things how they do so. Now we didn't have power, we go do how we like, yes. When Tenka accommodate, the other man will come, instead go do how he like. So nothing, they go before. We just stagnate. The tripartite, as far as I'm concerned, now one of the biggest missteps we don't make, and the APC, especially the executives, then complicit in the arrangement. Now then they're all over the place. Look at the whole political party, they do retreat inside in country, then go to other man country. And they retreat and go sit on there, they cost.
The six string, no sir. If I respect the six string, sir, the six string they live. The six string, I'm not agree for the six string. The six string day, the six string day.
I'm a member of the six swing, but I don't mix. You see, the fact is, they should have said, let us have a retreat in Sierra Leone. They don't know the psychological effect of that. That would have given the party grounds for making them force the government into doing other things. The APC is devoid of psychology. Everything is boop. Then I go back and you'll go sit down there, they curse and blame each other. What did they really want to do there? blame each other, dance.
Well,
You
the
know,
thing is that
we need to take Salone serious. Go ahead, man.
I agree with you. The tripartite was a big flop, big mistake. The fact that I say I'm from the onset. I'm like the fact that they bring foreigners and people that are aligned to the other side, or that may even have familiarity or friendship with the other side to be your mediator in this business, then are your first sign of failure. First sign of failure. Secondly, the level of negotiation in the representation in the level of negotiation was not equal. You cannot bring your chief minister to negotiate with an incumbent flag bearer. No. I tell una say no, that level there not a play. I'm sorry. That is right there and then they don't bobo una. But when some of we in the talk, not in they understand. Thirdly, I said make them use the power of the young brains them. Uno they go meeting, uno they go sleep. Yes, you might have been old in the game, you might be wise in years, but use your young functional brain. They don't make use of the young functional brains then, because they always wanted to be seen in the limelight. They always wanted to be at the forefront. So now, just like Mr. Jamboria say, we resulted in the issue of Dandogo. Yes, who's are you there? That's what happened. Lord Bongo was the SLPP in this, and Dandogo remained Dandogo. Unafenudan have been Dandogo in this one. When some of us are here talking, take the time for listening to it. We may not be politically aligned. We may not even get any business with politics. But we get small now with coconut. With coconut, they're not empty. Right? With coconut, they're not empty. So when we talk from a place of observation. Una fen una self we una the apple pa the America for bring una back, come back na power. Una forget say the ambassador they serve at the wheels and the caprices of a state agenda, an agenda that he can never betray. And that is the United States of America. So you have an ambassador that almost become a spokesperson. How una arrive there? And so from these two, what should I say, quasi-ruling states, because make no mistake, Sierra Leone is in a quasi-ruling state right now. There are two functioning states going on. Okay? There is the state of the one where say na Inwin and is ruling and is going to, and Mr. Jamboria, excuse me, sir, it's not that they have agreed that let him rule. He is going to rule for the next 2.5 years. Because after 2.5 years, we are going straight into elections again. Or the momentum for elections will start building. So Bio is going to rule for the next, it already ruled 1 year done. He left for a 1.5 year, top 3, top 2, not more than that. And I say not more than that with the if clause. The if clause is becoming bigger and bigger and greater because the APC refused to get their act in order. Now there is no third party in Sierra Leone, make no mistake, because the potential third party has realigned with its original how you call them, original forefathers. Okay, they've realigned with their original forefathers, so the potential of a third party is non-existing. You only have the SLPP and the APC to contend with. Now I can understand why the the APC or the sixth wing of the APC chose to go to Banjul to have their convention or their unification, whatever they are calling it. Because the truth is that they attempted to do that gathering in Sierra Leone, they're all BNB for Sudan and jail, they drink cold water right now. Because some Trump of charges would have come, some kind of fictitious story would have emerged, that all of them would have been resting in cold water right now, in some prison in Sierra Leone. And then it would have taken another international intervention to get some of these people back out and to their different locations of work and destination. So in order to avoid such chaos, make them go cause themselves na Banjul, make them go point finger at themselves na Banjul. But at the end of the day, when you go to Banjul, did you get what you wanted to get in Banjul? Did you? Did you get it? Did you arrive? Una aims and objectives them way una set. Una goals them. Una achieve them. Una palm wine una go drink. That is the biggest question. Papa, anything where you want it is possible. An arrangement can always be arranged. And so like right now, as we get a two functioning states going on at Salone, we see this two type of functioning states now is being replicated within our institutional bodies, our organizational bodies. And now I go to the SLBA, the Sierra Leone Bar Association, and what happened in Kenema. So what we saw happen during the election was exactly replicated in Kenema. But the outcome right now is different because we have, from that situation in Kenema now, we've now have a second bar association or institution being formed as a result of what happened in. Make I take this call quickly, and that will be the only call I'll take, unfortunately, people, just because it's 7 o'clock and it's the last show, and there are two more important topics that I want to delve into quickly before we close. So caller, waiting on your name and also you the call phone. Hello, caller. Okay, we lost the caller. So I'm sorry, people. I will not take any more call. This will be it. So yes, so we find ourselves in a situation when the Sierra Leone Bar Association, that has, I think, if in my recollection, I think is the oldest bar association at the sub-region. We find ourselves now with another association because we as a people collectively fail for uphold simple rules and regulation and act outside of our emotion and our loyalty to a political symbol. Mr. Kargbo, in a very brief, because we don't run out of time, the Sierra Leone Bar Association, your thoughts?
All right. Well, thank you very much. And if I can go quickly with just seconds, Mr. Jamboria make a point about the tripartite. We agree with in terms of looking at it from a social aspect. But unfortunately, that solution they not go work constitutionally for dissolve the current government and then let they all go aside, President Bill and all, and then form a new set of government and stuff. Given with democracy, that may not go work. So I just want to make that very clear. The solution we give so a social solution, yes, it will make sense, but unfortunately, it not go work constitutionally because ECSL now then the government the the uh, uh, um, the constitution give the mandate for pronounce the winner and then don't pronounce the winner. So given that they don't pronounce the winner, if President Bill resign today, no other person will take over, and Julde will take over. And Julde Fen, a running mate or a vice president. And if Julde resign or die, now the person will choose. So take the 5 year done. So I just want to make that clear. But in terms of waiting, you talk about the bar association. It's a shame because we see now Senegal, we see now other countries then where the bar association team up, their own bar association team up, Triangawan, and even quite recently in Kenya, where we see the head of the bar association, the president, one be in position. They said no. It will be conflict of interest. So they team up Triangawan. And as a matter of
Mm-hmm.
fact, if our association be an association where go like get the interest of the country at heart, waiting happen so in terms of, and also we'll come to that, the Auditor General enough for we don't reach that side where Parliament say. Therefore, we don't stop them on its tracks. But they not do
Yeah.
them because their interest different from the country interest. And we know very well, say, not to in the country interest for waiting happen on December 20th for happen. We know very well. But when we come to that, I will lay out the danger where they ahead of Salone as a result of that practice they will happen in Parliament on December the 20th. So the Bar Association, now disgrace, waiting happen at Kenema, a disgrace to the Sierra Leone country, the country itself, to every Salone person, and to Africa in general, a disgrace. And the more disgraceful part is for let the person where we all in high esteem for look after for correct corruption issues there in the country now in be the agbagba for this corrupt practice. So that's make them even I don't go say I don't know if I go say tripartite failure because you get to
It's
the
a
ACC board, you
quadpartite failure.
so this na complete failure in my opinion, and now something where it's just unfortunate that we stand at a very low that country day. But if na be them place here, not only the media not for ask of that, info don't do them before the media jump into it. Ben Kelfala for the resign before the media call for it. But we still see them and it not show any remorse of the disgrace we country. So to me, in a nutshell, a big disgrace and it not be a good example for Salone and for the region in general.
Exactly. Big disgrace, not be a good example for Salone and for the region in general. Mr. Jamboria, 2 minutes, tripartite. Not tripartite, Kenema, Bar Association.
That's as somebody will get small idea on international conventions and legal instruments. One thing I think we forget clear, if we take out the human factor, because I know say the one that we don't form this society or association, they are from now on going to be targets of certain institutions. Then go on for defame them here and there, get them for loose cases, etc. But that put aside, everybody get the freedom for associate or not for associate. We had a conventional bar association where we know say directly they act as a check to the judiciary. But this bar association don't lost in essence. So if we get a law society where they rise, I think we for glad for the lawyers them. At least then still they show a level of ethical and moral standards. The one that we go join this new group. What think will be the long-term issue that we cannot predict, but knowing Sierra Leone as it is, I am sure Sengemara, Warasei Kamal, and others, from now on, if they issue then the lost case law, no surprise. That's how petty we are. We are a very petty people. We get to accept that. We get to begin accept what's wrong with we if we want to let our country go before. Though we left for all this book talk, now look at what's wrong with we. Why, for God's sake, should an association, an independent body of professionals be politicized if it's not pettiness? That's the highest manifestation of pettiness. And I go tell una back, I go add say, cowardice involved. Because if you are in governance and you are doing what is right, you have no business being afraid. You not get no business for go capture any institution that they in your favor. I want to add in, if maybe a president, I want all man they say, boy, you're not stupid fool. I go tell them, thank you, I do it right. Then the results will be seen. But if you, anything pass it under control, anything pass you manipulate them, it will show a high level of trauma. It's only traumatized people who behave that way. And I think we have people in politics, in all the political parties, them, we need for do trauma healing. One way or the other, they are not themselves. APC, they go up and tripartite after that, then they can begin cause and effect. This they blame this. That trauma they cause that. Cowardice. Now begin tell we big one then a Salone because some of them are me rank them, me go tell them if you're not afraid. They all not cowards. Now I make them they behave the way then they behave. And at the end of the day, now the ordinary people they suffer. That country get more than enough for make people they not suffer. They. All them here what they see are manifestations of cowardice. Why do you have to control every institution? So much so that you don't make the state defunct. Sierra Leone is defunct. Nothing not a work. Past few people now then they decide voting for work, I for work. You know they be so. Country not they run so. As a matter of fact, if you want to run a country properly, the way you consider as your enemy or your opponent, now you for try for know how they think, get to understand how they think, work with them at in level where they think, so you go get in participation. But we, every day with the Allah coup, now Mr. Wolf country we did, the boy and the wolf story. One day, then go Allah wolf for the wolf, nobody know they for care. Over to you, Matilda.
Yeah, indeed. So basically, with the Bar Association, waiting happen, obviously, big disappointment, big failure, especially the person where orchestrates the whole thing. I don't know really. He's a young man right now. He's a young man. Let me say 40 years down the road. 40 years down the road, I presume he will be in his late 70s, early 80s. 40 years down the road, if the question is to be posed to him, what you did in Kenema, if you were to do it again, will you do it all over again? I believe his answer will be very.
He will
I
regret
believe say
doing it.
absolutely. I think his answer will be very, very different. I think there are many things that this young man has done right now in his youth, in his prime. In the next 20 years, 15, 20 years, you ask him the same question and you say to him, will the course of action you took, would it be the same course of action you will take today, all things being equal? I think this young man would say no. That's what I strongly believe. For the Sierra Leone Bar Association and the new Bar Association, I don't know if at some point they will come together under one umbrella or if they will continue to exist as a, independent entity. I don't know. And how that plays out for the administrative, the judiciary, and the entire functioning of the governing of the state, I do not know. Only time will tell. Well, with all of this, we cannot ignore one of the biggest issues that we had to deal with in the history of Sierra Leone's existence, and that is the removal of the Auditor General and a deputy, Lara Taylor Pierce and a deputy, Tamba Momo. I want to ask this question in double fold. What is the removal? The removal of the Auditor General and in deputy. What does this spell for Sierra Leone in terms of independence, in terms of accountability, in terms of transparency, and more so in terms of political stability? Uda wan go first. Unu get 5 minutes. Unu not take more than 5 minutes, I beg.
Yeah, go.
Because if I left,
Mr. Kabo,
unu
Mr. Kabo go go the more technical side. Me they look at the social side.
okay, sir, go ahead.
You see, we dey forget one thing. The removal of the Auditor General was followed by the appointment of a new Chief Justice. Una not see the link, not so? Because we not dey pay for, we not focus. The guys there, they confuse me so much. The two of them are the same process, you dey change them. The Chief Justice and the Auditor General. The former Chief Justice was sent on leave. Right? We know he can go leave. Then we get this Auditor General issue. Maybe he refused to comply with it. Then go they manipulate, then get and pass through. Now we country don't lost the only thing we go make credible investors go there. The trust. I go left handed to Mr. Kargbo. Now in speciality, let me explain that. But let we look at the reason why they approve the new Chief Justice immediately after. Then you go see what in the gun in Sierra Leone. State capture to the highest level. Now the fiscal side of the economy is on free fall. Nobody not get, but because even this recent Auditor General's report will come out, it show we say it's getting worse. But do we expect any action? No. Because the Mawe they now Mawe they able to put under control. Lara Tilopias and Tamba Momo, then have been radical like Boye Jallo, they're not able, then they say, Lord, pull them. Over to you, sir.
And you set them up very well, Mr. Jamboria, and thank you so much for that. So yes, you say Migu Andulam in the technical sense, and a very troubling. And yes, in terms of investors, then if President Bill don't show the wall, say it can do anything, no separation of power at all, then they know go prevent them. Because within a separation of power, you get the executive, we headed by the president, and then you get the legislative, we na parliament, and then you get the judiciary, we na the court system. And the person where they head the parliament, na the speaker, and then the one where they head the judiciary, na the chief justice. So in a technical sense, like in theory, all them three organs, then they as they call them, they're supposed for be independent. If not to absolute independence, but then for be quasi independent, because small overlap can they then can veto each other.
Yeah.
Like the president, for let law pass na the country, na him get for sign am. If you don't agree, he can say no they sign am. And if you don't sign am, it no go become law. So that's now way a cable control in a way waiting the parliament to do. If the parliament do something, we're not in the interest of the country, it can veto any law where them pass and it not go become law. But the constitution again, and I make I can say the most powerful organ that our country in our parliament, as a matter of fact. The constitution again say parliament can still force a law for become law if president no sign am. Then Kiebo go back and vote on them with two-third majority. If they get two-third majority, that law they still become law without
Yeah.
the president's signature. I just want let people understand that.
Yeah.
The side
That's
with
the fact.
trouble based on what happened December 20th is the fact that Parliament don't give a new definition of the two-third majority where the Constitution say. Now we for require for Paul Liar Telopias or the Auditor General. That's not the slippery slope. Then Duam in 2018, where they say for Lek Abbas Bundu be the Speaker of Parliament, even though the people in our Salone no vote Abbas, we no give SLPP the majority in Parliament, the people then vote for President Bill for president, and then vote APC for be the head of the for Lek then get the majority in a Parliament. But what did then do? For Lek then get the Speaker, because the Speaker now ain't go muscle any kind we want for go on with the no Lek. So what then do? Then say the two-third majority is based on the people that were present, because they know say they don't get the number. If it then go according to what in the Constitution say. Me fumble them. The reason we can draw this to our attention, President Bill want to carry the country way back. It dey lay the stage for let it go 1, 3rd, 4th, or whatever term. This
Exactly.
na recording. Una get for go back to this recording. Because if President
Exactly.
Bill na legacy it dey try for put together, for let remember am in a good way, enough for they do what they do so. Because it will continue for weaken the institutions they will rely on for all the government, including the president, to account. But they do it deliberately, so it will pave the way for like it will get a third subsequent terms. Now, you see what thing that they do? That two-third majority, back to Abbas Bundu. 2018, they say, oh, now only the members then present. 2023, what thing they do? Then go according to the constitution, because they don't manipulate, then no say then gets the simple majority. So you see how many times then do the voting till it come to the simple majority, because the constitution say after certain time where una not get the two-third majority, una they go for the simple majority. So because they know say they get the simple majority, they say, oh no, we they go according to the constitution, and the constitution say the two-third majority for vote for the speaker of the house. Now all the members them of parliament. Una member APC do not be the only I believe 1 or 2 members them,
True.
because I don't know if Thompson, yeah, Thompson they don't
Thompson
join.
been there
Yeah.
with Mohammed Bangura.
Mohamed Bangura and enforce join a de facto, and then a Thompson join them. So 2. So meaning that they get way more than the majority were present. Way more than that. But no, then go according to the constitution. So then go that vote they then go over to the time where the number of term them where the constitution say, then go for simple vote, simple majority when are 50 plus 1, and then get them. Then they all clap. So the question now is, why did they flip flop? And a dande na me concern. Because for LEC, you change what you call the enshrine clause That clause where now the constitution say now a 2-term maximum the president for take for be president. You get a 2/3 majority for change that. Plus
Yeah.
you can go to the people for referendum. And we know say
Exactly.
in terms of the referendum, when like election, for let people then choose yes or no, they want let the president extend in term. We all see what happened to the election. So again, that election, the Electoral Act of 2022, where they pass, and they're not change them too. So meaning that whichever way it called the result of the ECSL box, whichever way it called the result, a final. See? So meaning that the thing where for be all president bill, where for stop them, let not go a third term, let not change the constitution. Now they don't manipulate so. Where the
Yeah.
interpretation now of a 2/3 say now the only the people that were present.
Pleasant.
And when you look at the number where SLPP get, and you add all the chiefs them, they are now forgive me if I say they're useless in a parliament. They're not useful at all. Because APC term, SLPP term, they vote one way. The government of the day, now all the chiefs then they vote for. So
Yeah.
meaning that when you add them two, then they up. Even if you divide them two, then they you get them if they say the 2/3 majority, now the one they were present, guess what? Then go do all kind thing for stop APC folks then for going into parliament, and then they pass that today. Because now the one they were present. So me family, and just like how them do, they wait where majority of the APC members don't know in a parliament, and then they pass this. Even though some people then go say, okay, well, what about the maybe 6 people from the APC will vote? Then in a secondary issue. If even then do I mean a way that if even then people then not be vote according to the definition of 2/3 majority, therefore still able to get that. And that's not my major concern. Not so the liar way they don't pull, but my concern is, and waiting at the scenario, APC need for go na court. Let the court interpret waiting at that 2/3 majority. Because according to the constitution, the way we understand them, now just like how for
All members.
now all members, same as for elected speaker, all members of APC of parliament. You forget 2/3 majority of all the members them in parliament. And in fact, if somebody's sick, you know, able self, in the hospital, if they get away, they need for go to them and go administer the voting to them, just for let participate if he wish for participate. So as long as people are willing for participate, then support for participate, and now he make now all member of the government. I mean the
All
parliament.
members. Because even if there is an epidemic where the members are not able present, then for vote by some means. We saw it happen in the United States during the COVID.
Yes.
The Senate and the House, they will vote via voting self telecoms. That's the
And
rule. But in Sierra Leone, we they live on a different planet. So all man they making law.
yeah, so if I get me way, Matilda, this I may appeal to APC. Yes, the no go court for appeal for protest against the disaggregated result and the number way ECSL pull out. But this one, if the no go court and force the court for then at the record, let them interpret that part of the constitution where for where consists of the 2/3
Or
majority.
change entrench clauses.
Yes. Entrench clauses exactly, including President Bill for go third term. If they not do that, Salone, Kata go calm down, man. They wish that, but President Bill now that
Nobody know they wish that, but if you create the conditions, it's going to happen.
yeah, because if you're not to that path there, you ask yourself why President Bill for continue for weakening the institutions then. If you want left legacy, So to me, the answer is very simple. President Bill, it want go a third term and subsequent terms, then it want for change the constitution. And it want for do them in a way that it want do constitutional reform, it want do them through parliament. This way, when they don't begin so, now test the test. It test this, if he get away with it, Salone we are do. President Bill, wait till they do so, it then
Do you
may
know?
do
Do you know what is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
I will pause there.
Matilda, you know what they go on a Salone? Now the implementation of the Devuyama manifesto. I am telling Julius Bio that I know what he's doing. It's the Devuyama manifesto. That was coined in 1958 at the Boye SLPP convention. Albert Magai failed to achieve it. He wants to achieve it, and it seems like he is going to achieve it. Because he get people inside the APC who they connive with him.
Okay, 1958. I not been born it. I go get for go check for see if me papa been done born. If he been done born, I
Okay.
go come back to can't tell you. Next
Go
time we
ask for
ask
the
you.
Boye convention of 1958, SLPP convention.
The Boye Convention of 1958, they said allegedly it's the Devuyama Convention that is, being slowly rolled out. But what me know is that for sure, with everything we I don't see, is that unfortunately we have run out of time because it's 7:30. I don't want to extend. I already don't extend this program beyond. There are few things that we did not touch on, and I will tell you now them few things then we did not touch on a major issue we send rockers na Sierra Leone. Hold on the talk but for years, and that's the Kush. We did not touch on the minister we allegedly make advances on his stepdaughters them, and that's Dennis Sandy, and this issue of incest. We not talk about that. We also not talk about structures then, structural building codes. We also see building then collapse inside the Republic this year. But tell you what, I always keep to my promise. As we turn into next year, these issues are still very important issues to talk about. As a matter of fact, let me just say this here right now. My first show next year, I will have Mr. Kargbo and Mr. Jamboria. And the only thing we're going to be treating during that first show, I don't already write the topic down. 2/3 majority in parliament, right? The consequences of not following the 2/3 majority entrenched clause in parliament. We're going to use Lara Taylor Pierce and her deputy, the removal of Lara Taylor Pierce and her deputy as our case study. We're also going to look at the installation of the former Speaker of Parliament, how that 2/3 was used. We're going to look at the simple minority, how the 2/3 was used. We're going to go into the Constitution and say, read it out, that section of the Constitution, what it says. And we are going to also appeal to the APC as the opposition party. If you no sit down, I am sorry to say this word, but if you no sit down and nyash them, like the Nigerian man then can say, if you no sit down and nyash them, waiting will happen to this country left now in a hand, because it would happen as a result of all your selfishnesses combined. If you no sit down and nyash them, because that is where it is going. Even a fool can see that that is where it is going. And you do not need to be a blind man. Neither do you need to be a fool to see where it is going. Sierra Leoneans, you all are intelligent beings. Make we begin for act like intelligent beings. 20 years ago when we had the war, The world was stable enough and there was a lot economic activities going on in the world that they can turn around and come to your rescue. But make I tell you, outside dry right now. Look, Canada, at any time an election can be called in Canada because all side dry. All side dry. There is no place or space for make them go give you. Let alone for make people toting pikin wey don carry na in belle for 9 months go put am into arm's way for you foolishness. It's not happening anymore. Una see all wetin dey happen inside Israel and Palestine. Una see one una see they don't let them one person dey and say for the protection of this or for the protection of that. Una see wetin happen na wetin na this country, Assad in country. What is it
Syria.
called?
Yeah.
Syria.
Yes, Syria. Una see wetin dey happen dey not to so. Una see wetin happen not to so. Una see wetin dey happen even na Ukraine right now. Let me tell you. Una see wetin happen na Lebanon not to so. The appetite for people to give of their children in the name of defense is no longer there. People are protecting their own boundaries, their own sovereignties, and their own borders. And if you all decide to be foolish with what you have, so be it on you. So be it on you. Mr. Kargbo, I'll give you 1 minute. Say your final word. Mr. Jamboria, say your final word. We will close for this 2024 and we pick things back up in 2025. God willing, long life.
Yeah, my final word is very simple. APC, like how Mr. Jamboria used the word complacent. They are not be complacent this time around. The future of our country is in our hand. Yes, President Bill, I go say a tactician, I should say. But unfortunately, the tactics them all not in the interest of the country. For let the people really allow you for rule or vote SLPP again, why you not just do waiting the people go make them gladdy? It's very simple. But you're not able to do waiting for make the people and stay yesterday. No, today better pass yesterday. You're not able to do that. And now you use tactics for not only weakening the country, but for bring war to that country there. And you successfully don't say that in one of your election, in 2018 election. Say if they rig the election, it go bring war to the country. But repeatedly, you the weaken the institutions here for lay the foundation. You don't rig the 2023 election. And now you they set the stage. Look what you do. And again, Salone people are able. We saw you. We are back by them. I know say I get 1 minute. Well, I'll take 20 seconds. The former chief justice or the one where they on leave. Able somebody was supposed for be the agbagba for court system. So apparently, you take a position as so-called ambassador.
Ambassador.
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of they think if Ireland now member of the Commonwealth, if it is, then it will be commissioner to Ireland. For let you take that position there, and then you left the country in limbo, able where you forbid the number one person where for fight. How Lara Telopia say, I go fight until the end. Last see what in Parliament will do. Why you not stand up and do that? But no,
Cowardice.
you don't take position. Now selfishness. I don't think a cowardice.
Cowardice.
You don't take position, and now this person where them put so. Guess what? It be don't already be in tool. If we now go back to the case them and Escoma in case and also somewhere in case and stuff, this person where them put so. Now in they use. So it don't accept or be a tool. So when now they the case then get for the go. You see what thing they do? It don't put somebody where we go consider lawyer. Donald Trump type person. They are not good for that country. And it's not good for himself because If it think say he go salon, go rest after retirement and stuff, meaning not good for himself because it spoil the country where he supposed for go and go retire. If at all he left after he come out na power, because eventually, as we see with Assad, no matter how a dictator strong take, not go able for continuously they manipulate people there. We see him now Iraq, we see him now Libya, now we don't see him now Syria. We even see him now Egypt. So you not go able for them forever. It's just unfortunate that the country go backward, like how Syria don't go backwards. I go tap here just for appeal to APC. Yes, if even the Chief Justice rule against Tuna, but a need for them at the record. Say the 2/3 simple majority, now the people that were present, instead of the intention of the people that will write the Constitution. Say now 2/3 of all the members then of Parliament. And I want to tell you Boku Tenki again. I want to say Boku Tenki to the people that we don't donate to the VOS scholarship program. And on Thursday, I go update you now. And I want to say Boku Tenki for they in the midst of Madam Matilda and Mr. Jamboria. And thank you and Happy New Year in advance. Thank you. God bless.
Okay, thank you. God bless. The show don't go over, too much over. Mr. Jamboya, your final goodbye, sir.
One thing I go say, and I not go mince me word about saying it. Julius Madabio, Fatima Bio, all the people involved in the government, those people in the APC, where the public don't they suspect. I want to know one thing. The last war, a lot of traumatized Sierra Leoneans then they come out, then come overseas. As a matter of fact, the present diaspora Sierra Leoneans, we come after 1999, they are mostly traumatized people. If we not create a crisis in Sierra Leone, it go spill over international. Una picking them, una fumble them, not go be safe anywhere in the world. Una think twice about what you una they do. Una don't take this game too far. Una don't take them too far. We are not passing here for ourselves. We are passing here for our children and their children's children. Let we left the country, we go say for picking them. Do ya, me are the beguna. Let this manipulation and everything done. Let it done. Sierra Leone is open for every Sierra Leonean, everybody able to prosper in that country. Let we learn, say, each and every one of us has what we call humanity. That side of we is equal. It no matter whether it be Elon Musk or it be bigger man, that humanity in each of us is equal because that is what you go with into the hereafter. You don't go with your material possessions. Let us treat ourselves within that humanity. Let we do things to make everybody benefit from the country. But if this position we una don't take for manipulate and deceive the people, una continue with them, una create crisis in that country, una be assured say it will be global. It will be a global crisis. And the wait man then go drive winner the country. That's going to make it worse for we all. If I reach there, I want to wish everybody a happy 2025 beginning. And I want let we all refocus. Let we ask ourselves, what in Salone mean to we? What do we want left in a Salone? This thing about I want billos, I want buy motor, let's put aside. Let we ask, are we creating a society for our children and their children's children that is safe? Una feel say the white world go always they accommodate we. There's again problems there now. Very soon then go begin change them laws them about immigration. So now think twice. Una thank you, una good night.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, Salone, thank you for wanna join me. Fumble them. Sorry, the program go. I knew it was going to go beyond my normal 2 hours. But it is what it is. When me being the grow up, you know, the only thing we me can remember, then say a particular video they were going for play. We sum up everything beautifully. How you know Sierra Leonean gets this habit of hailing presidents, giving them special titles and name. Sometimes nickname, but nickname that is very reminiscent of who that them be. Sometimes it's a false expectation, right? False image of the way the person be. I remember when I been small, I mean the Yeri Papa Shaki Big Nose. But I don't think say it was a matter of Papa Shaki Big Nose. I think say Papa Shaki been get his own residence name with them in the column. Me no know that name
Bandele.
there.
Bandele.
Bandele. Bandele. That was the name. And then we grew up, you know, my neighbor na been bunting right of rights electronics. So this is how I came to know late President Momo and the wife Diana, right? Because of my neighbor bunting right. So when the paddle then can they take place and whatever, Momo and his wife can they go na bunting right in Osh, right? Because na Campbell Street, the street long, na they paddle them, everybody can they pass and me us just they stack opposite Bunting right in Us, right? So that's how I came to know about that's how I met Momo in person and Diana in person as a child. But then I know for say during that time the word na been Uda give Momo power, na God. Uda give Momo power, na God. Mama, no worry, na God don't put you there. What I win up for you, you know go on pass you. But the water run pass am not also.
You mean Anna? Anna Momo? Na him be named Diana as
Oh
well?
yeah, Anna Momo, yes, Anna
Okay.
Momo,
Mama.
yes. Anna.
Okay.
You know, me not remember the name them. But when I excuse me, yes. Let Anna Momo, yes, she went to convent. And then after that, you get the Strasser. Strasser himself been getting your own song, right? A song we may not been pay attention to. I was heavily involved in school then and not pay much attention. And that you get the brief sting of Mother Bio where, you know, they like father of I not go done the name because that one is highly questionable. I not go done am. And then after that, you get Tijan Kabakam. Not also. I don't forget Insef Bakyon's song because during his own reign, for the most part, I was out of the country. I wasn't there. So, but I know say Insef been get in own way them in the column. Most of una go know waiting na that name they way them in the column. Actually, between Tijan Kaba and how you call them and between Strasser and Tijan Kaba and Bio, you also had Johnny Paul Koroma in that mix at one point. He also had his own, right? And then you have Tijan Kaba. And then following Tijan Kaba, you have which one have been called Wall Best, not also, right? World best. And then after world best, now una get Madabio, Madabio. So for Madabio, now una dey sing Nana we know So I don't know if from Nana we know how waiting it go left with by the end of it all. But what I'm trying to say to you people, una left complacency. Una left complacency. Because at the end of the day, you're not hurting anyone but yourself. Rightly put by Mr. Jamboria, and I've said this time without number, Sierra Leone is a highly traumatized state. The people, the water, everything. Somebody go there and ask you honest or appear to be honest. The moment he touch foot inside Sierra Leone, I don't know what I think it happened. They become the most disloyal, the most dishonest being that you can ever find on this planet. I don't know why. all this to say is that if we continue in this path, if we continue on this path, it's not going to land us well. And trust me, like I said, the world has no appetite to pay attention to what's going on inside your parlor, in your compound, because they have their own dirt to sweep. They have their own dirt to sweep, and they are also looking for a garbage to dump. With this said, may God bless you all. May God bless Mama Salone. And make it carry, we all go inside 2025. And waiting we they look for, make it give them. Unutata. But actually, before I say my final word of Unutata, what I don't already say, remember, Thomas Dixon, it is reported, once in a while I can put in post then I also, he has been reported missing or arrested. Remember what happened to Lamrana? Not so. We cannot live in a state where all of the people we get the boldness for speak boldly and educate the populace on what they go on. No one silence them by force. Where is the freedom of the Fifth Estate here? What is going on in Sierra Leone? What is going on? And I know say Thomas Dixon are a very brilliant reporter, a very brilliant analyst, and he does not mince his words. So if indeed, like what is being alleged, that the IG has his hands on his disappearance, do I wanna make it reappear? We don't tire with them disappearance talk here, so let intimidation talk here. So can we forge ahead? Can we move forward? Can we turn a new leaf? Make 2024 bring we come. 2024 make it end with we and bring we come inside 2025 with good health, long life, and well body. Unotata.
Say make we rap kush na salon, but we life them.
Gotta survive, yeah now. What's if they do? What we bother them, they die. Push on down the hill, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot so they swell, now why? I don't know if now the chemical or what's in them they put. Best now for avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food and they for it, come up young kush. We say bring this message so you do work for you. On the me.
Every day we dey lost it, man, the life.